Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching. We are coming to you live from the NEDAS 2018 Summit here in New York City, actually here at the beautiful new Convene Times Square, and I'm hanging out with the woman herself who actually made it all possible, Ilissa Miller. Hello, my friend.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being here today. What a great day.
So much fun. We actually get to talk together here at the end of the day in a formal setting instead of goofing around on the phone or via email and so on.
Or, whispering sweet nothings at dinner, right?
Well, we'll whisper some more sweet nothings a little bit later as we continue with this. All right, so first thing I want to say, we have reached the end of the formal. We're sitting inside the glass booth, and right outside the networking reception is taking place. Congratulations, a huge success on the day, an enormous quantity of work to bring this phenomenal group of 300 people together in this space. I kind of want to talk about what this means for NEDAS as an organization, what you accomplished and what all of us accomplished together here in this day.
Well, it was definitely a milestone for NEDAS. It was in a phenomenal team effort. We wanted to reshape NEDAS coming into the event today. I started that with the messaging for the program. My focus has always been on that meet me point, right? That convergence point of the wireline and the wireless, and the degrees that work off of that. So if you circle 3-4 degrees out, that's really the area of interest for NEDAS. And as the roots for our organization started in the Northeast, we always had the name Northeast DAS and Small Cell Association. And that usually held us back because companies would look at us and say, oh, we don't really focus in
Here
the Northeast.
Here in the Northeast, sure.
But neither do we. So we had to grow up. And by growing up, we decided to rebrand, relaunch, and re-show the community what we're about. So instead of calling us the Northeast DAS and Small Cell Association, we are now NEDAS. NEDAS is bold, we are here to stay, and we can go beyond the Northeast. We've been in Chicago, we've been in San Francisco, we're going to Miami, we're going to Toronto. And I know that that's the Northeast, but when you think about what we're trying to accomplish, it's much greater than the footprint here. And the messages and what we're talking about applies everywhere. It's not just the Northeast. So it was a really big milestone for us. We have a brand new brand, we have a new vision, a clear vision, and that's really exciting to me.
Is that a differentiator, do you think, from where we've been in the past as we've been growing up until this point, that clarity?
I think every organization that has been focused on small cell and DAS have been really trying to find their clarity. A couple of organizations have kept their wireless groups and have changed their conference names to create a broader spectrum, but broader to them means much bigger. And I don't know that NEDAS needs to go bigger. We had over 325 people here.
It was huge.
We had quality people here, and the conversations were exactly what we need. We need to be able to talk about implementing real solutions, trying to identify and innovate what's going to happen tomorrow, because we have to anticipate that in order to be able to meet the needs and build out the infrastructure to do that. So in order for us to do that, we don't need to be big. We don't need to have, big pie in the sky, visionary people talking about regulation and what this is going to do and how we're going to structure something that isn't necessarily there. We need to talk about what's here, why it's here, what are the challenges, how we can solve this, and most importantly, how we work together to move forward as an industry.
This was what I really noticed. So between the conversations that were happening inside the room and the people who were listening to the different panels and the fireside chats and the keynotes and so on, and then every time you would come outside the room, there was just as much activity happening there as people were gathering here in the networking rooms and outside here in the snack areas. It was constant. You got this sense that people were coming together around a shared concept and idea. And I think a lot of that was the variety that you brought into this particular meeting. And I think that surprised a lot of people.
And that's exactly what I wanted to accomplish. Again, going back to that convergence point. The variety, and when you circle the 3 degrees and the 4 degrees away from that, one side you have the variety of the wireless. The other side you have the variety of the wireline. Most conferences and organizations do not merge the two. And it's so important, as you heard today, in everyone's discussion, how wireline and wireless are so important together, because you can't have a wireless network without a wireline.
Yes.
And without understanding the needs and the challenges of both those areas as they converge to that point where they meet, there is a really challenging time to innovate and to create opportunities that are going to solve the communication problems, whether they're at the edge, like we talked about with some of the major hyperscalers, Facebook, the major content providers, Akamai, Packet and Packet Fabric, who are solving these problems, all the way down the chain to companies like Zayo and Zenvi, who are providing the fiber and the front haul to the towers and the solutions, and then the tower providers in between, and the building owner operators with Vertical Bridge and Extenet. I mean, the list goes on and on. So we talked about that. And at the core of what I do, right, for my business, we are a PR marketing company that powers NEDAS. Our job is to inspire. And if I couldn't inspire people today, then I couldn't do that for anybody. And so I really take it seriously about how we're telling our story and how we're presenting that information, and the diversity of the content was the only way I thought we were able to showcase what we're truly all about, that encompassing aspect of it.
This is what I was so excited about, is typically we would get together for a meeting and we'd have a day of technology. We'd talk technology, 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 we'd compare them all at the end of the day. We went so far beyond that at this NEDAS 2018 summit here at Convene, where yes, we got the technology, but we also got the challenges to the technology. We got the different perspectives from the carrier side and from the building owner side. We looked at the industry as a whole and how we work together collectively to drive the market forward. I think you're really to be applauded for that, because that takes a much larger vision than, well, let's just get a bunch of developers here in the room and innovators, and well, what do we have available to us? Well, that's a trade show. That's not a meeting. That's not a conference. And I think that worked really well today.
Thank you, thank you. And you heard from many of our panelists and speakers, education, education, education. And if we can somehow find a way to sing that same song, to say the same message, or at least similar messages, then that education aspect of what we do as an industry becomes a little bit easier, because it's all about repetition, right? And marketing is, you feel like you're a broken record all the time.
Say it again. What do they say? 84 times, 87 times that people need to hear something before it lands?
That's right. And you have to show it in different ways. You have to show it visually. You have to show it written, right? There's all different ways you have to do it. You feel like the broken record, but those who are listening to you, they don't hear that, because every time you say it, it's new to them, even though they might have heard it 5, 6, 7 times. Something new about that triggers inside of them to inspire them to think differently, and that's really what I'm trying to achieve with NEDAS, and I'm glad to hear that we are making strides in that direction.
And I heard it from so many of the people that I talked with today. So again, congratulations to you, to your team. You said it before, you are not a multi-thousand person team putting this together. How many of you are in your organization making it happen?
We're about 30, and the NEDAS team is a really tight team. We've got an event manager, an event salesperson, a marketing support person, and I have someone overseeing the operations of it. They are all supported by the IMPR, the Miller Public Relations team behind it, in regards to executing on the digital content and the content development side and the media relations side. But at the end of the day, it's a tight group, it's a dedicated group, and we really are passionate. We work closely with our advisory council, which we tremendously depend upon to give us that real life feedback. They live and breathe all of this every single day. As much as I used to work in the industry, I truly do work on the industry with that insider understanding and knowledge, and that to me is, I think, what makes us special and unique, is that we speak the language, we understand it, and we can help to accelerate that and amplify that.
Well, that passion really comes through, and that connection. I hesitate to even call them clients. They're friends, yes. I mean, they're clients that help you do what it is that you do, but these are friends, and it's very clear by the way that you treat everybody that is exactly how you view them. And from my own personal standpoint, I just want to say I was really honored to be a part of it. It's been great. I've really enjoyed every moment of it.
It's been great to work with you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everything.
Thanks for what we were able to do today. Thanks to all of you for watching as well. Get to NEDAS.